Okay, anyway, and we can start, I suppose. Hello again. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. I hope you can see my screen, you can hear me. My name is Vasily, I'm product owner, OneC Drive at OneCI company. Now we're going to discuss with you our new functionality for e-commerce support in OneC Drive product. Okay. If you have any questions, you can use the chat and we will discuss them in the end of this event. Also, if you have any problems, technical issues with sound or screencast, please write to chat too. We will try to fix it. Okay, here we go. What do we want to discuss with you today? First of all, something about processes of e-commerce businesses, how it works, why are we interested in this, how can we help our customers to control processes and manage to succeed. A few words about the role of ERP in these processes and why integration is so important. Then we will move to functionality of the product. We will discuss e-commerce CMS integration framework for OneC Drive, how it works. You will see why this is handy tool. We will show you how you can receive money through payment systems such as PayPal and Stripe with the help of new documents in the product. Then we can discuss drop shipping module, quite popular approach in e-commerce, you know. And at the end, we'll see a demo that my colleagues will show you. And we can discuss how you can participate in the further development of this functionality. Okay, I'm sure that all of you know that OneC Drive is multi-language, multi-currency, multi-company, flexible, yet comprehensive ERP solution to control and manage key processes in small and medium-sized companies, you know. Now we offer sales and purchases management functionality, marketing and CRM processes, reporting and analytics modules, service and production, as well as inventory and financial management processes. Our product is especially suited for growing companies with unique business processes and strong needs for a flexible, industry vertically focused solution. And I would say that for now, it's the best choice of ERP in its class. And this is confirmed by hundreds of our customers in dozens of countries around the world. The only thing which we were missing about was the support of e-commerce business processes. And recently, it has become especially relevant. Yeah. Why are we talking about e-commerce at all? Honestly, I wasn't going to discuss the prerequisites for popularity of e-commerce. You know this rumor that a couple of years ago, in the end of 2019, one day, one guy somewhere ate a bat. Oh, it's pretty sad story, it doesn't matter. Then something went wrong, but now we can observe the explosive growth of e-commerce for the second year in a row. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, but it's okay. We're a software vendor. We automate the businesses. Of course, it was a challenge for us and we accepted it. Okay, so what exactly is e-commerce? Actually, e-commerce process is applied in almost every company working on the field around the world. It includes the following elements. First of all, marketing. Its purpose is targeting to potential buyer, engage them to enter your website by using internet advertising, email, social media, anything. Customers are indispensable for e-commerce businesses. However, we also need to distinguish two types of purchases. Purchasing between businesses, a buyer is another businesses that needs to buy, and buying goods between customers and businesses. The buyer is usually an individual who pays by credit cards and send home goods. Customers see the product on your website, and the item is arranged by style, category, and easy search. On the e-commerce website, there is always a shopping cart for customers to shop most conveniently and easily. As soon as customer has all items to buy, they will begin a billing process. Shipping charges can be understood simply as charging the whole as complicated as charging a fee for each item purchased, and correlating with the segment for goods must be shipped to. After calculating the total value of item, including tax and shipping fees, the buyer will be present payment method. After the order is completed, it may be necessary to send the customer a receipt. And if you do not automatically process your credit card, you must first process your financial transaction. Standard business rules govern these steps, such as ordering by phone or mail. As soon as there is a valid order, it needs to be done. This may be most challenging business stage. If shipping online, there may be difficulties in making an inventory. If procured through the service system, then may be problems with the order fulfillment service system. The final step in e-commerce process is shipping the goods to customers. Quite a lot of information, I'm sorry. The good news is that these processes are the same all over the world. This means that we can offer a global solution. In order to increase accuracy and efficiency, you need a unified platform for running your e-commerce business seamlessly. Here comes OneCDrive to play this role. Okay. And our product is able to integrate any third-party systems, CMS and marketplace, payment system, delivery services. All of these can be controlled from the product. We have a huge number of integration opportunities that the 1C enterprise platform provides us. And we decided to supplement then functionality that will become a solid foundation for the development of the e-commerce product. We have recently released a new version of the product, 1.3.13. It includes following features. First of all, e-commerce CMS integration framework to organize a direct exchange of information about goods and orders with various CMS and marketplaces. Second one is payment processor documents for processing payments through payment systems such as PayPal and Stripe, and dropshipping support for companies that trade directly from suppliers. Why did we choose these improvements? Of course, this doesn't cover all requirements of e-commerce businesses, but we already had enough functionality needed by such companies, such as efficiently managing customer information, complex pricing rules, inventory management, demand planning, profit estimation, and more others. Honestly, we just missed a little bit in order to have a full cycle of e-commerce processes. Of course, we will improve and develop this functionality, but we will do it with caution, adding only the most necessary things in accordance with customers' requirements. But let's talk about everything in order. Okay, perhaps the most important part of the online stores is receiving orders from the website. Information about goods on the site must always be up to date. Orders must be processed quickly and correctly. And now we managed to develop the solution that is flexible enough, but simple. We have three parts of the systems. First one, the main one, OneCDrive. It contains master data of products, prices, variants, balances, and batches, and anything. The user manages this data in the product. The information on the site is updated automatically. Thus, we always have consistent data in both systems. Management takes place in the user interface, which is common for all kinds of products. Now, OneCDrive, you will see details of this scenario in the demonstration a bit later. Second part is e-commerce CMS, which provides information about users and the orders they have made. Orders go to OneCDrive and processed there. Any CMS can be used. In our example, it's Magenta. You can connect to it using out-of-the-box solution, but it can be easily replaced with any other because we have our third part, which is integrational component, which provides translation, I would say. not transition, translation of requests from the OneDrive into API calls of any other systems. Generally speaking, this is the standard approach for our 1C enterprise platform. People who are familiar with programming on the platform already understand everything. For everyone else, I will try to explain. In fact, it's a file that contains instructions how to handle API requests. Now it adjusted for Magento CMS, but any programmer can change it in a couple of days to integrate with your system. The file contains instructions and examples to make work easier. Once again, right now we have integration with Magento, which provides as a template for developing integrations with any other systems. This can be done as part of implementation project or with a local or industrial version, the product, whatever. The basic process is pretty straightforward. The client works with the website. The order from the site is transferred to OneDrive. Sales manager processing the orders, contacts the client. The information on the site is updated in order being processed. We'll take a close look at the process a bit later in the demonstration. Now, it would be nice to get some money from our customers. To do this, we added a couple of new documents to the product. But before using them, we need to make a few settings. To turn on the payment processors functionality, go to Settings, Cache Management, and select Payment Processors checkbox. A POS terminal stores the information on which counterparty is payment processors and what are the fees of it. In this form, fill descriptions and check contact checkbox. The system automatically checks other relationships in the counterparty's card of the payment processor. If the fees is withheld in the payment processor in the moment it's sent of money to company bank's accounts, then the user can check withhold fee on payout. After all of data filled, you can save post terminal. Now everything is set up to register documents as online receipt. I'm sorry. Oops. And online payments. When our company receives online payments, the user should register an online receipt document. It's located in cash management section. Fill the customer's card number, post terminal, and card type. The user can select between different types of base documents. On the screen, the company is receiving 90 euros on their Eurostripe account for the product they sold on foreign market for US dollars. After entering the amount, the user has filled settlement amount, which was $100. Fees are calculated automatically as well the total amount that we receive to our payment processor account. Online payments documents is used to register the refund done the customers using the payment processor account. It's located in the cash management section. You can choose it. You can choose base document and adjust the amount of the refund. A payment processor's payout is registered by the bank receipt documents with payout from payment processors operations. Okay. Now let's talk about drop shipping. What is it? Drop shipping is a sales method where you are not the shipper of the product. You simply sell it, completely subcontract the supply chain. The main advantages for the seller is that he does not manage the stock of product, which considerably reduces the company's operating costs. This advantage allows to have negative working capital all the time. It's good and requires little investment, whereas traditional e-commerce, the working capital tends to be positive and the capital need to very high to buy the stock. That's why we offer our clients to use such a scheme. Let's see what we have, but first, let's do some tweaks. To switch on drop-in functionality, go to Settings, Sales, to select which product will be delivered directly to the customer. The user checks drop shipping in tabular section of the sales order. To make an order to the supplier, click Generate on the sales order and select Purchase Order. Drop shipping is a special kind of document. Once the supplier sends the product directly to customers, once the drive user has to create two kinds of documents. First one is good receipt document, as we have to register the fact that our company bought products from the supplier to be able to invoice them later, and good issue document to register the fact that supplier sent the product to the customer and provide information on the tracking number, for example. When the supplier sends you supplier invoice, the system will create a document with dropshipping invoice type. Then you can generate sales invoice based on good issue or supplier invoice. And finally, we have two reports to monitor the completion of sales or purchases orders. First one is purchase orders by fulfillment method, and sales order by fulfillment method. That's all. It's pretty simple functionality. Okay, I think we discussed enough, and I would like to give the floor to my colleague, Andrei Orlov, the ERP expert and 1CI. He will show us the integration scenario.
Hello everyone! In this short video, I'm going to introduce to you the new feature which allows for data exchange between OneSeaDrive and content management systems. In a nutshell, now you can send the list of products and other product details to your CMS database and receive to OneSeaDrive orders your customers place through your online store. Also, you can assign salesperson who will be notified of the new orders. This is a universal tool that you can use to sync OneSeaDrive with any CMS. To get assistance, contact your local OneSeaDrive partner. To enable this feature, go to Settings, Integration, and select Use Data Exchange with Websites. Now I need to add an integration component, which describes how data will be exchanged between two systems. Currently, OneSeaDrive is bundled with the Magento integration component. To choose it, open the OneSeaDrive template folder, then navigate to OneSea, Drive, Drive version, Add files, and select Magento EPF. Now I can set up the data exchange. I have already created a test integration setting. I just need to change its component to Magento. First, I want to import products, product prices, and product balances to my online store. On the relevant tabs, I can choose what price type to export and the warehouses that will add to the product balance. On the Connection tab, I provided my credentials for the CMS. I set the export mode to Changes, which means that I will send only the products whose data, such as price, description, or available quantity, has changed. To find out what objects have been changed, click the magnifying glass. As you can see, I have one product, Asus RT, as an exchange candidate. You can schedule the synchronization, but I'm gonna run it manually. The product has made it to Magento, so I can open the CMS and create a new order. Let's add Asus RT to the order. Choose a shipping option and submit the order. Now I want to import this order to OneSeaDrive. Had I scheduled the exchange, OneSeaDrive would have imported orders automatically. Before starting, I want to assign myself as a salesperson to receive a notification about the upcoming order. I select the user and the company that will receive the order. I make sure that everything is set up and start the exchange. Like all incoming orders, this one can be found in the Sales menu, sales orders. To ensure that I don't miss any new orders, I open the home page, and under my tasks I can see the notification. The first salesperson who accepts an order becomes responsible for its fulfillment. After the salesperson changes the order status to "in progress", the customer can sign into the online store and see that the order is being processed. Then all I have to do is to receive the money and ship out the goods. That's all for today. I hope you found this new feature helpful, and be sure more are coming.
Okay, thank you, Andrei. Very interesting demonstration. And now we are slowly finishing. Let's wrap it up. Here you can see OneC Drive functional modules and documents. Today, OneC Drive is dozens of documents, hundreds of processes, thousands of settings, and endless variety of scenarios. Of course, today we cannot cover all of them, and we do not set ourselves such a task. We provide a solid foundation for developing OneC Drive-based solutions. And in fact, it's up to you to decide what will be in the product tomorrow. For example, it could be new out-of-the-box CMS integrations and marketplace connectors, delivery services integrations, customer support processes, anything. We are ready to discuss further product development with our partners, and we encourage you to contact us if you have any ideas for product development, improvement, creation of the local industry or vertical solution, or just have questions about your projects, pilots, or pre-sales. And we appreciate any help and inputs. Only together we can make our product the best in the world. And the last thing I wanted to say, don't forget about our resources. There you can find more detailed information for new functionality as well as standard functionality of the product, a lot of useful materials, tutorials, scripts, and it is updating quite often. Thanks God, that's all. And now we are ready to discuss your questions. Okay, let me open the chat. There is no much information here, in fact. Okay. I noticed that in Drive, you have the option to save care details of the customer. Is that allowed? Actually, it depends of the security options, and it can be adjusted in local version, because in some country it's not a big problem, in some country it can be restricted, and of course it should be adjusted. If you have any comments about this option, it can be hidden if you need, and of course it depends on the exact version of product. For example, German version, of course it can be corrected according to local legislation requirement. Does that include Allegro platform? It's possible that we will have Allegro integration with local version for Poland. Actually, now we're discussing this point with our local partner, and we will inform you about our plans as soon as it will be available for us. I have some problem when site with connect OneC Drive. How CMS connect to OneCI for import? Vitaly, actually, I'm not sure that I understood your issue properly. I have some problem when site with connect OneC Drive. How CMS connect to OneCI? Maybe you can clarify it, or you can contact me directly. I will write my email in the chat, and if you can send me more detailed description of your issue, we can solve it. Actually, it looks like it is something local. Why Magenta? Actually, Magenta is only example of integration, because it's, I would say that according to my experience, it is one of the most popular e-commerce CMS around the world, and it is absolutely certain popular in Europe and United States. So we only decided to use Magenta for our templates, and why not? I saw in a new version OneDrive integration with PayPal. Is it work via API and receives all payments from PayPal directly? No, now it works with bank statements. And if you need to integrate this directly to PayPal, we only need to understand what is the purpose of it, because actually I maybe if you can explain the user scenario for this thing, we can understand the issue. But in fact, now it looks like it's not so necessary. But of course, it can be considered our team for our further initiatives. We sell our system to companies. Now, from their point of view, they can use the e-commerce functionality for business with companies or with end customers B2C. Does our e-commerce tool support both? Yes, it supports, but of course, it's not like fully tailored for customers solution, because the core idea, the main idea of our product, that we provide a solid foundation for developing local versions, first of all. And of course, if we are talking about some region, there can be some specific things like local platforms, local payment services, local delivery services. And of course, all of this system there should be adjusted with the local version. And it's a topic for another discussion. And of course, it should be adjusted. It must be adjusted for a certain region or certain industry. But now we only discuss general functionality, which can be used for all countries, for all industries. And yes, it's quite common. What format is synchronized between OneDrive and CMS system? Is it JSON? If I'm not mistaken, for Magenta, it is JSON, but it can be changed, but you need to only to adjust this integrational component. And according to ability of the platform, we can use any kind of protocols for it. Oh, Jürgen, I'm sorry, I can't see your question. What is it? I think that I just read it. No? Okay. Okay. Can you send me an example data format of a data format template of exchange by mail? For example, some JSON structure. The things which are available for with OneDrive right now, it contains inside of the installation file of OneDrive now. And if you need some more information, you can provide to you our internal information for developers, because now we are developing these kind of things. And you can write me by mail if you need some more materials or if you have any questions. Of course, we can provide it to you. Is the e-commerce functionality as shown today still secret, or do we have the right to inform customers? If yes, is the video online? Okay, regarding availability, this functionality for customers, of course we can show it because now it's already released and now it's available for demonstrating. We can find this functionality on our website 1cdemo.de where we are locating our demo version of products. But there is a bit moment because now it's still available only with 1C drive core version, because you know that local versions a bit delayed. Yes, and I think when it will be released with local versions, I mean Polish, German, Turkish, we can announce it locally and we can announce it for customers. And of course, the video will be available on our YouTube channel. Moreover, we are going to prepare peer-to-peer scenario which can be demonstrated with any kind of local version of any kind of content which is necessary to have for demonstrating. And we will share this information with you, I suppose, next month. Yes, we can connect to CMS with HTTP requests. It looks like you need a consultation with this functionality. Maybe we can arrange the meeting and discuss it because for now it's not. It seems to me that we need to share information which is each other and with each other. I'm sorry. And of course, it's not our last session for discussing this functionality. We are waiting for your feedbacks. And then we will share with you our plans for developing this functionality, as well as we will share with you our plans for local versions and developing local e-commerce functionality with our key regions. And okay, if you will have any questions, we can contact with me, or you can contact with your account manager or support of 1CI, and we can discuss your issues. Okay, guys, thank you. I hope it wasn't too tiring for you. Thank you for attention, and stay in touch. Oops, the last question. Please, can you tell us about integration with the European banks a little bit? Is it possible to integrate once you drive with some local banks of Europe? Yes, of course, it's possible. I think that we can provide you the link for user documentation for this functionality. Maybe you can see how it works with our template integration, or if you are talking about some country, we can discuss the integration with local banks, because, for example, in Germany, we have a huge epic functionality for integrating the most of local banks. And if you need some similar in other country, we can discuss it. Okay. when will the new version be localized in Poland? Last month, we released our first Polish version of product, which has only 9 features, I suppose. But our plans for Poland contains about maybe 30 features, and all of it will be available until the end of September, if I'm not mistaken. I think somewhere in the end of September, we will announce full Polish version. But anyway, for now, it's available with limited quantity of features. And this functionality, I mean, e-commerce functionality, it will be available with local Polish version in next month, where I can read documentation about this functionality. In the last slide of my presentation, there was an information about the links for our support portal, but any participators will receive this presentation. And for now, you can only go to our support portal. I will send the link to, I'm sorry, I will send the link to the chat for making it a bit easier. You can find their whole information. Okay, as we could see, the new release, the connector external EPF for the exchange with the Magenta was not made according to the development standards without using SSLI features. In our opinion, this may cause inconvenience for further maintenance and development. Do you have plans of redesign? Probably. I think for discussing this issue, I need assistance somebody from our developers team. And of course, if you noticed some mistakes or something misunderstanding of standards, you can report us, Alexei. And of course, we will improve it if it is really a problem. Okay, colleagues, thank you so much again. See you later. Stay in touch. Bye-bye.